Dendro Bates, 3808. Heard plenty of stories about people who get a great new job, then immediately get caught in the next wave of layoffs before their probation is over. Global economy, anything we can do about that? So I actually, in the interest of time, have a video on my channel about questions to ask an organization to determine its viability, meaning economical viability, financial ability. I think it might be like 28 great questions to ask an employer, and it was heavily slanted on viability. Now, don't get me wrong. No one has a crystal ball. However, I like to say I can see around corners because I know what to look for. So you have to understand, are you getting into a job where you are, number one, getting into a strategic area, meaning are they investing heavily? What are they investing? What is their commitment? What is their time frame? Where are they in the market? Where are they positioned? What are they doing to become one or number one or two or three in the market or whatever it is? You're going to go through a series of this. Now, while this is no guarantee, at least it's going to give you a clue. Are you getting into an area that they're sunsetting or commoditized or potentially going to either divest that arm of the organization or lop it off altogether or outsource it or whatever it might be? But you've got to ask these questions. Right now, we are in what's called a low hire, low fire period. Now, all of you that are here with me are not a representation of the massive world, right? Most people are employed. You are either not employed or you're not happy with your employment. That's okay. That's who I serve, right? I serve you. But when you look at what's happening in the market and the number of jobs that are being created, even though some of the revisions are a little down, meaning that, hey, it wasn't as many as we thought, they're still way up. And the other thing that I look at, so that you probably never see this, but I look at when you go to the grocery store and you see what you're spending on anything, whether you're pulling in a gas station, gasoline, you got eggs or whatever, and you're looking at, well, are times tough? Well, what people, in general, times are not tough. And in general, companies are not hurting. The economy is actually strong. But when you start breaking down what's happening, I don't know if you know this, but I look at the inflationary numbers and I look at the headline inflation, I look at the core inflation, I look at all the subsets, and then I look at it by demographic, whether you're a high earner or a low earner. But when I look for what's happening in the market and jobs, the high income earners, do you know that last month they actually increased their spending by 5%? So the higher earners increased by 5%. And you might say, well, is that a lot or a little? Well, it depends, because you have to look at that in relation to what happened with their wages. Their wages went up 6%. So they actually underspent the increase. Then when you look at the low income earners, okay, down in the 30s, 40s, 50s, in that bracket, they actually increased their spending 1.5%, except that their wages only went up 1%. So then you got to say, okay, well, where are those people in terms of fueling the economy? What percentage are they? And then where are they in relation to their credit lines? Are their credit cards maxed or not? Where is the credit? Like, you have to look at all this. So I look at this to tell where the economy's going and what stocks I want to invest in and what demographics or what's happening for certain demographics. So when I'm coaching somebody who's 50, I got to coach them differently than when I coach somebody who's 25. Okay, so are you looking at the products and the services that you are supporting? Are they consumer discretionary? Well, guess what? The high income earners, they're throwing money around. The low income earners, they got to cut back the consumer discretionary. So then you got to say, well, is the company I'm joining catering to this group or this group? The likelihood that luxury items would take a hit, while you would think it would be high, it depends what it is. Is it experiences or is it things? Well, experiences doesn't drop. So when you're looking at, well, how do I avoid layoffs? I say, what product and service does the company offer? Who does it offer it to? What's going on with that group? Where's the money? Follow the money. And then you have to evaluate, There's multiple things when you're joining a company, especially a smaller company. When you're joining a smaller company, you're not just joining the wave of the product or the service, because the smaller companies, right, they get bounced around. Except now you're also picking the pony, meaning who is steering the ship. So do I believe in the management team? What have they been through? What have they weathered? What's happened before when they've hit obstacles? So you got to understand all of these things that you're looking at whenever you're choosing. If you're not sure, well, you either have me and you can ask me, or you got the AI tools, but you got to know what to ask it. But that's how I look at what's going on. So when I see numbers, everybody else is reading a headline and panicking. I'm looking at what's really happening. And then I decide what I'm going to do based on, or what I'm going to support, or how I'm going to cater this, or how I'm going to have to advise the 60-year-old who wants their last job versus the 22-year-old who's looking for her first job. It's a lot to it. That's a great question. Boy, I really went to a cool place there. Okay.